Quiet. We have sensor data. Visual confirmation from 40 different sources. Whatever we believe or don't believe doesn't matter. It happened. A scientist in the back stood. Dr. Leonard Shaw, head of the Quantum Research Division. I've analyzed the energy signatures. They match theoretical models for concentrated psychic resonance. Humanity's collective unconscious, given physical form through quantum probability manipulation. English, Doctor, Briggs growled. Our beliefs made them real. Billions of humans across thousands of years feared and imagined demons. That psychic energy accumulated in Earth's electromagnetic field. When we faced extinction, that energy manifested as physical entities programmed to protect us. That's insane, someone muttered. So is everything else that happened today, Shaw shot back. But the data doesn't lie. Amy stepped forward. Sir, the confluence told us something important. The demons are called the condemned. They're ancient. They're bound to Earth as part of some prehistoric punishment. We didn't create them. We just gave them shape. A new voice cut through the room. Then we need to understand them better. Everyone turned. A man walked in wearing civilian clothes but carrying himself with military precision. His ID badge read, Dr. Marcus Webb, Xenoanthropology. Who authorized you? Briggs demanded. The President. 10 minutes ago, Webb approached the holographic display. If the condemned are bound to protect humanity, we need to establish communication, learn their limits, their rules. The Ravagers will return. Next time, they'll be prepared. Derek's stomach tightened. The confluence said, the demons can be killed. Everything can be killed, Webb agreed, which means we can't rely on them alone. We need to upgrade our defenses and understand our protectors. He pulled up footage of the battle. Look at this. The condemned didn't just fight. They coordinated, they strategized. That suggests intelligence, maybe even the ability to communicate. How do you talk to a demon? Patricia asked. Webb smiled grimly. Very carefully, but we have to try. Because right now, they're sleeping somewhere beneath our feet, and we don't know how to wake them if we need them again. Briggs stood. Here's what's happening. Captain Vaughn, Lieutenant Cross, you're both reassigned to Project Covenant. Dr. Webb will lead. Your mission is to locate and establish contact with the condemned. Derek blinked. Sir, we're soldiers, not diplomats. You're witnesses. You saw them up close. You survived. That makes you qualified. Briggs turned to the room. Meanwhile, we're accepting the Confluence's offer. Humanity needs allies. Information. Technology. Dr. Shaw, you'll head the science exchange program. What about the Ravagers? Amy asked. We prepare for war, Briggs said simply. Admiral Chen is already coordinating with surviving defense forces. We're building new platforms. Better weapons. We'll buy ourselves time while Project Covenant figures out how to communicate with our new guardians. Webb pulled Derek and Amy aside as the meeting dissolved into smaller strategy sessions. I need you both at my lab in 6 hours. We're going to the first emergent site, London. That's where the largest energy signature appeared. What are we looking for? Derek asked. Anything. Residual energy. Physical traces. Maybe a doorway. Webb's eyes gleamed with barely contained excitement. The condemned came from somewhere. They returned somewhere. I want to know where. Derek and Amy left the briefing room and headed for the temporary barracks. Around them, Beta 7 continued its frantic rebuilding efforts. Engineers welded hull breaches. Technicians rerouted power systems. Everyone worked with desperate focus. You scared? Amy asked quietly, terrified. We're about to go looking for demons. On purpose. At least they're on our side. For now, Derek said. But Webb's right. We don't understand them. Don't know what triggers them. What if they decide humanity isn't worth protecting anymore? They reached their assigned quarters. Derek collapsed onto a bunk, exhaustion finally catching up with him. Through the viewport, Earth hung in the black void, beautiful blue, alive. Somewhere down there, ancient powers slept, powers that had saved them, powers that might destroy them. His comm device buzzed, a message from ground command. The Confluence ships were moving closer, entering high orbit. They wanted to begin formal negotiations within 48 hours. Derek closed his eyes. Yesterday, humanity's biggest concern was whether life existed beyond Earth. Today, they knew it did. And it was complicated. Dangerous. utterly beyond anything they'd imagined. The demons had risen once. The question now was whether humanity could control what happened when they rose again. Because the Ravagers were coming back, and next time Earth needed to be ready. 6 hours later, Derek and Amy stood in the ruins of London's financial district. The emergent site stretched before them like a wound in reality. Buildings within a 3-block radius had been reduced to rubble, but the destruction wasn't random. It formed a perfect circle. Dr. Chabby did. Webb knelt at the circle's edge, running scanners over scorched pavement. His team of scientists worked around him, collecting samples and muttering into recording devices. Energy residue is still active, Webb said without looking up. Whatever portal opened here hasn't fully closed. Derek felt it too. A pressure in the air, a wrongness that made his skin crawl. Is it dangerous? Unknown. But look at this. Webb pointed to markings carved into the broken concrete. Symbols. Ancient and complex. These appeared after the condemned emerged. They're not human languages. Not any language in our database. Amy crouched beside him, studying the patterns. Could they be instructions? A warning? Or a covenant, Webb said. A contract between humanity and the condemned, written in their tongue. A young scientist approached, holding a sealed container. Inside, a fragment of obsidian material pulsed with faint red light. Doctor, we found this at ground zero. It's warm. Temperature fluctuates between 40 and 50 degrees Celsius. No external heat source. Webb took the container carefully. This is incredible physical matter from the condemned themselves. Probably shed during emergence. He looked at Derek. Touch it. No. Captain, I need to know if it reacts to direct human contact. You've been close to them. You survived their proximity. Please. Derek hesitated, then opened the container. The obsidian fragment sat in his palm. Immediately, pain lanced through his skull. Images flooded his mind. Fire. Darkness. A war that spanned galaxies. Creatures of pure light fighting beings of absolute shadow, screaming, dying. The universe itself cracking under the weight of their conflict. Then judgment. The shadow beings cast down, bound, scattered across countless worlds to serve as eternal guardians. Punishment for rebellion, penance for trying to unmake creation. Earth, young. Primitive. The condemned buried deep, waiting. Feeling humanity evolve above them. Learning human fears. Human dreams. Human darkness. The connection shaped them, gave them form. Made them what humanity needed most when extinction came calling. Derek dropped the fragment. He stumbled backward, gasping. Amy caught him. What did you see? Webb demanded. Their history. Their purpose. Derek's hands shook. They were rebels. They fought against creation itself. Lost. Got bound to worlds like Earth as punishment. They have to protect us. It's not choice. It's their sentence. Webb's eyes widened. Forced servitude. They're prisoners. Prisoners with power, Amy said. Do they resent us? Derek thought about the demon that had steadied their escape pod. The gentleness in that gesture, I don't think so. I think they've accepted their role, maybe even found purpose in it. A comm device crackled. One of Webb's team called out from deeper in the emergence zone. Doctor, you need to see this. They rushed through twisted metal and shattered glass. The scientist stood before a massive crater. At its center, stairs descended into absolute darkness. Stone stairs, ancient, impossible. These weren't here before the emergence, the scientist said. They appeared an hour ago, just rose up from the ground. Webb approached the edge. Cold air flowed from below, carrying a smell like burnt ozone and old iron. An entrance. They're inviting us down. Or it's a trap, Derek said. Only one way to find out. Webb activated a glow stick and started descending. Derek grabbed his arm. Wait, we need backup. Proper equipment. We need answers, Captain. The Ravagers could return any day. Every hour counts. Webb pulled free and continued down. Derek cursed and followed. Amy came behind him, weapon drawn. The stairs spiraled downward for what felt like miles. The glow stick barely penetrated the darkness. Derek's heart hammered. Finally, the stairs ended. They stood in a vast chamber carved from solid rock. The walls were covered in the same symbols from the surface, but here they glowed, pulsed, alive. In the chamber's center stood a structure. An altar? A throne? Derek couldn't tell. It was made of the same obsidian material as the fragment, but massive. And sitting before it was a figure, human-sized, cloaked in shadow. Waiting. Webb stepped forward. "Hello, we come seeking dialogue." Understanding, the figure stood. Its form shifted, becoming clearer, a woman's shape. But her eyes burned with that same collapsed star intensity Derek had seen during the battle. When she spoke, her voice resonated through the chamber, through Derek's bones. "You found our door. Clever, brave, or foolish. We need to understand you," Webb said. "You saved us, we're grateful. But we need to know how to work together." The demon woman tilted her head. "Work together? We are bound. We serve, that is all." "The Ravagers will return," Derek said, stepping forward. "Stronger, better prepared. We need to coordinate, plan defenses together. Let them come. We will destroy them again." "What if they find a way to kill you?" Amy asked. The demon's eyes flared. "Then we die serving our purpose, as was decreed eons ago." "But you don't have to die," Webb said urgently. "Help us understand your capabilities, your limitations. Together we can build a defense that protects both species." The demon was silent for a long moment. Then she laughed. The sound was terrible and beautiful. "You think we are a species? We are punishment given form. We are sin made flesh to serve virtue. We are not your allies, little humans. We are your weapons. Weapons can be broken," Derek said quietly. The demon moved faster than thought. Suddenly she stood inches from Derek's face. He froze. Her breath smelled like burning stars. "Yes," she whispered, "weapons can be broken. But first they must be wielded. And you, little human, do not yet know how to wield us." She stepped back. "When you learn, return. Until then, prepare your defenses. Build your ships. Make your alliances. We will sleep. We will wait. And when extinction comes for you again, we will rise." The chamber shook. The stairs behind them began collapsing. "Time to leave," the demon said. "Go." They ran. The stairs crumbled beneath their feet. Derek pulled Amy up when she stumbled. Webb shouted coordinates into his comm. Above, emergency teams were already responding to the structural collapse. They burst from the entrance seconds before it sealed completely. The ground settled. The crater filled with rubble. The entrance was gone. The demon was gone. But Derek understood something now. Something vital. The condemned would protect Earth, but humanity couldn't depend on them alone. They needed to become strong enough to stand beside their ancient guardians. Because the real war was just beginning. 3 months later, Derek stood on the observation deck of humanity's first joint construction station with the Confluence. Through the viewport, Earth gleamed like a jewel. Around it, new defense platforms bristled with weapons designed using alien technology and human innovation. Amy approached, carrying 2 cups of coffee. "The Confluence ambassadors are impressed. They didn't think we could build this fast. Desperation is a powerful motivator." Derek took the coffee gratefully. "Any word from Webb's team?" "Still analyzing the chamber data. They've decrypted some of the symbols. Apparently, the condemned have awakened and slept 17 times in Earth's history, each time humanity faced extinction." Derek thought about that. 17 times the demons had risen. 17 times they'd saved a species that didn't even know they existed. "We owe them more than we can ever repay." "Maybe that's the point," Amy said. "Maybe the covenant works because we can never repay it. We can only honor it by surviving." Alarms interrupted them, not attack warnings. These were different, scheduled. Derek checked his chronometer. "It's time." They headed to the command center where Patricia Reeves coordinated with Confluence military leaders. On screen, Speaker Krell's reptilian features looked grim. "The Ravagers have been spotted," Krell said. 3 systems away. They're coming with a full war fleet, 200 ships. They've spent 3 months studying your engagement. They know what to expect." "Do they know how to fight the condemned?" Patricia asked. "They believe they do. They brought sonic weapons, reality anchors, technology designed to disrupt psychic manifestations." Krell's eyes narrowed. They think your demons are merely advanced psychic constructs. Derek smiled coldly. They're wrong, yes, but their weapons may still cause harm. You must be prepared for casualties. On both sides, Patricia nodded. We're ready. Project Spear is operational. All Allied forces are in position. Derek and Amy took their stations. Around them, humanity's best tactical minds work alongside alien strategists. The cooperation was seamless now. 3 months of intensive training had forged them into a unified command. Ravager fleet entering the system, a tech called out. They're not hiding, coming straight in. On screen, 200 warships appeared. They moved in perfect formation, weapons already charging. This time, they brought overwhelming force. All defense platforms, engage, Patricia ordered. Confluence wings, flank positions, let's show them what we've learned. The battle began. Earth's new weapons hit harder than before. Shields designed with confluence technology held longer. Ships moved with coordinated precision. Humanity wasn't helpless anymore. But the Ravagers had learned too. They focused fire, adapted quickly. 3 platforms went dark in the first exchange. They're pushing through, Amy said. Heading for Earth. Derek watched the Ravager flagship charge its main weapon, a massive beam designed to crack planetary shields. They're going straight for the surface, trying to force the Condemned to emerge. Should we warn the demons? Someone asked. They already know, Derek said quietly. The Ravager beam fired. It struck Earth's northern hemisphere with enough force to vaporize a city. But before it could penetrate the atmosphere, the sky tore open. The Condemned emerged. Not 6 this time. 20. They came from multiple points, coordinated and ready. The demon woman Derek had met led them. She moved like living thunder. But the Ravagers were prepared. Their sonic weapons activated, generating frequencies designed to disrupt psychic matter. Several demons faltered, their forms flickering. It's working, Krell said with surprise. They found a weakness. Then the demons adapted. They changed frequency, shifted their existence into different quantum states. The sonic weapons became useless. Of course, Dr. Webb's voice came through on Derek's private channel. The Condemned aren't just psychic energy. They're fundamental forces given purpose. You can't disrupt what exists at the quantum level. The demons tore into the Ravager fleet with renewed fury. But this time, humanity didn't just watch. Patricia gave the order Derek had been waiting for. Project Spear. Fire. From Earth's surface, 3 massive energy beams launched. They were human-designed, but powered by controlled taps into the same psychic resonance that fed the demons. The beams struck 3 Ravager capital ships simultaneously. The ships didn't just explode, they unmade. Ceased to exist. The demon woman looked back at Earth. Derek could swear she smiled. Then the Condemned and humanity fought together. Truly together. Demons drew fire while human ships struck from flanking positions. Human weapons softened targets while demons delivered killing blows. The coordination was perfect. The Ravager fleet broke. Ships began retreating, but the demons were faster. They hunted down every vessel. No mercy, no survivors. The flagship tried to jump to slip space. The demon woman caught it. She didn't destroy it immediately. Instead, she pulled it back to normal space and held it there. Broadcast this to all Ravager territories, she said, her voice somehow transmitted on every frequency. Earth is protected by ancient powers and by those we've chosen to defend. Come here again and face extinction. Then she crushed the flagship like paper. The battle was over. 200 Ravager ships destroyed. Not one escaped. The command center erupted in cheers. Derek felt Amy grab his hand. They'd won. Not just survived, won. The demons descended back to Earth. But before they vanished, the demon woman appeared on the observation deck. Physically manifested. She looked at Derek with those impossible eyes. You learned to wield us, she said, faster than we expected. We learned from you, Derek replied. We're stronger together. Yes, the Covenant evolves, as it should. She turned to leave, then paused. The Ravagers won't return, but others will come. Some as friends, some as enemies. When extinction threatens, we will rise, but until then, protect yourselves. grow strong, make us proud. She vanished like smoke. Derek looked out at Earth, at the Allied fleet, at the future humanity had earned. When no one listened to Earth's warnings, when violence came without mercy, the planet had struck back with ancient fury. The demons had risen, but humanity had risen too, not just to be protected, but to fight alongside their guardians, to become worthy of the covenant written in their collective soul. The galaxy would remember this day, remember that Earth stood defended by both ancient power and human determination, and together they were unstoppable. The alien fleet materialized above Earth without warning. No diplomatic channels, no threats, just 6 massive warships dropping from slipspace, their weapons already charging. Captain Derek Vaughn gripped the arms of his command chair aboard the orbital defense platform Sentinel-9. Every screen showed the same nightmare. The aliens were already firing. "Shields at maximum! Return fire!" Derek shouted. The platform shuddered. Warning klaxons screamed. His crew moved with practice speed, but everyone knew the truth. Earth's defenses weren't built for this. Earth's defenses weren't built for this. Lieutenant Amy Cross called out from Tactical, "Captain, their weapons are cutting through our shields like paper. We've got maybe 2 minutes before hull breach. Keep firing. Target their lead ship." The aliens didn't respond to any hails. They didn't demand to surrender. They just kept shooting, methodical and cold. Below, Earth's cities scrambled evacuation protocols. Millions ran for shelters that wouldn't save them. Derek watched 3 more defense platforms explode in silent bursts of white fire. Debris tumbled through the black void. Good people he'd trained with. Gone. "Sir, the moon base is reporting the same attack pattern," Amy said. "They're hitting everything at once." A massive impact threw Derek against his restraints. The lights flickered. Emergency power kicked in, bathing the bridge in red. "Whole breach on decks 4 and 5, someone shouted. Derek's mind raced. Standard protocols were useless. Earth had prepared for contact, for negotiation, for gradual escalation. Not this. Not instant annihilation. "Captain, we're reading something strange," Amy said, her voice tight. "Energy spike from Earth's surface. Multiple locations. I've never seen readings like this." Derek pulled up the data. His breath caught. Massive power signatures were erupting across the planet, not from military installations, from cities. From the places people were dying. What is that? "Unknown, sir. It's not nuclear. It's not anything in our database." The alien lead ship fired again. The beam carved through Sentinel-9's port side. The station groaned, metal shrieking. Derek felt the deck tilt. Abandoned ship. All hands abandon ship. His crew rushed for the escape pods. Derek stayed at his station, watching the impossible readings from Earth grow stronger. The energy signatures were moving now, rising. Coming up from the surface, Amy grabbed his arm. "Captain, we have to go." Derek let her pull him toward the escape corridor. Behind them, the bridge exploded. They tumbled into the pod bay. 5 seconds to launch. Through the viewport, Derek saw them. Shapes were emerging from Earth's atmosphere. Massive, dark, moving with terrifying speed toward the alien fleet. The pod launched. Derek and Amy pressed against the window, staring. The shapes had wings, claws, eyes that burned with ancient fire. "What are those?" Amy whispered. Derek couldn't answer, because he knew what they looked like. Every human civilization had described them. Every culture had feared them. The first creature reached an alien warship and tore it apart with bare hands. Earth had called its oldest defenders. The escape pod spun through debris fields while Derek and Amy watched Earth's demons dismantle the alien fleet. The creatures moved like living storms, their forms shifting between solid matter and pure energy. The lead demon, larger than the others, wrapped itself around the alien flagship. Its claws punctured the hull in 12 places simultaneously. Atmosphere vented in frozen plumes. The warship's weapons fired point-blank into the creature's chest. The demon didn't even flinch. "This isn't happening," Amy said. "This can't be real." Derek checked the pod's sensors. Everything registered. And the readings were off the scale, but they were there. Solid data. Irrefutable. "It's real. They're real." Another demon, sleek and serpentine, coiled around a second warship. The alien vessel tried to retreat, engines flaring. The demon squeezed. Metal crumpled like aluminum foil. The ship broke in half. "Sir, I'm picking up communications," Amy said, routing audio through the pod's speakers. "The aliens are transmitting on all frequencies." Static filled the pod. Then a voice, translated by their systems. The words came through broken and panicked. "Retreat, retreat. They have awakened the condemned. Fall back too." The transmission cut off. Derek watched the third demon tear through the ship that had been broadcasting. No mercy. No hesitation. "They know what these things are," Derek said. "The aliens know." Amy pulled up historical files on her datapad, her hands shaking. Every ancient text mentions them. Demons. Fallen angels. Dark gods. Different names, same descriptions. Humanity always thought they were myths. "They listen to our fear," Derek said quietly. "For thousands of years, we feared them. We built religions around them, warned our children about them." He gestured toward the battle. "And when we needed them most, they came." The escape pod's proximity alarm blared. One of the demons was approaching. Derek's heart hammered against his ribs. This close, he could see details. Obsidian skin that reflected no light, eyes like collapsed stars, wings that seemed to exist in too many dimensions. The demon stopped outside their pod, tilted its head, studied them. Amy grabbed Derek's hand. "It's going to kill us." But the demon simply reached out one massive claw and steadied their tumbling pod. Gentle, almost careful. Then it turned and launched itself back toward the alien fleet. "It helped us," Amy breathed. "They're defending Earth," Derek said. "Not attacking it. They're on our side." The remaining 3 alien warships tried to form a defensive formation. The demons didn't give them time. They attacked from different angles, perfectly coordinated. No communication Derek could detect, but they moved like a single organism. The pod's radio crackled. "All survivors, this is ground command. Make for emergency station Beta 7. Repeat Beta 7. We're coordinating rescue operations." Derek grabbed the controls and adjusted their trajectory. Around them, dozens of other escape pods did the same. So many dead, but some had made it out. "Captain, look at Earth," Amy said. Derek pulled up visual on the main screen. The planet below glowed with the same dark energy that radiated from the demons. Patterns of power flowing from every major population center. Lines of force connecting them like a vast circuit. "Humanity's collective will," Derek said, understanding dawning. "Every person who ever feared the dark, who ever whispered about demons, who ever believed in something beyond, that belief had power. Real power. And when the aliens attacked without warning, without mercy," Amy continued, "that power answered." The last alien warship tried to jump to slipspace. A demon was faster. It appeared directly in the ship's path, wings spread wide. The alien vessel couldn't stop. It collided with the creature at full speed. The explosion lit up orbital space like a second sun. When the light faded, the demon remained, unharmed. It howled, and the sound resonated through every frequency. Derek felt it in his bones, in his DNA. A primal sound that spoke of ages before human civilization, before language, before light. The other demons joined the cry. Together, their voices created a harmony that was both beautiful and absolutely terrifying. Then, as quickly as they had appeared, the demons began descending back toward Earth. Their work was done. The alien fleet was obliterated. Not a single enemy vessel remained intact. "They're leaving," Amy said. Derek watched them fall through the atmosphere, leaving trails of dark fire, going back to wherever they came from. Back to sleep. "Until we need them again," Amy added. The escape pod shuddered as it entered Beta 7's docking sequence. Through the viewport, Derek could see other survivors arriving. Thousands had died today, but the planet survived. Humanity survived. Because when no one listened to Earth's warnings, when diplomacy meant nothing to the invaders, the planet had struck back with humanity's oldest and darkest defenders. The demons had risen, and the galaxy would never forget. The emergency station hummed with controlled chaos. Derek and Amy stepped through the airlock into a maze of injured personnel and frantic coordination. Medical teams rushed past carrying stretchers. Engineers shouted orders over crackling comm systems. Commander Patricia Reeves met them at the entrance. Her uniform was scorched, her face streaked with soot. "Von across. Ooh, thank God we need every experienced officer we can get. What's the situation? Derek asked. Planetary defenses are gone. We lost 80% of our orbital assets, but Earth is intact. Patricia pulled up a holographic display. Ground Command wants answers. What the hell just saved us? Derek exchanged a glance with Amy. How did you explain the impossible? Ancient defense mechanism, Derek said carefully. Something humanity has carried for millennia. It activated when we faced extinction. Patricia's eyes narrowed. I watched the footage. Those weren't weapons. They were alive, intelligent. Yes, ma'am. And they're gone now? Returned to Earth's surface. The energy signatures are fading. Patricia rubbed her temples. The Joint Chiefs are convening in 20 minutes. They want a full brief from anyone who witnessed the engagement up close. She looked at Derek. That's you. Before Derek could respond, alarms shrieked through the station. Every screen flashed red. Amy rushed to the nearest terminal. Commander, we have incoming! Multiple slip-space signatures detected at the system's edge. Derek's blood turned to ice. More aliens? Amy's fingers flew across the console. Negative. These are different configurations, different energy signatures. She looked up, face pale. Sir, it's a fleet. 60-plus vessels. They're broadcasting on wide channels. The main screen flickered. An alien face appeared. Not the species that had attacked. This one had crystalline features, faceted like cut gems, and when it spoke, the translation was immediate and clear. Humans of Earth. We are the confluence. We detected the awakening of the condemned ones. We come not as enemies, but as witnesses. Patricia stepped forward. This is Commander Patricia Reeves of Earth Defense. State your intentions. The crystalline alien inclined its head. We mean no harm. The condemned are known to us, known to all species who have survived long enough to learn the old truths. Your world holds something we thought was legend. Explain, Patricia demanded. Billions of years ago, before most current civilizations existed, there was a war. The first war. Between the powers of creation and the condemned ones. The condemned lost. They were imprisoned in worlds across the galaxy, bound to protect those worlds as penance for their ancient crimes. Derek stepped closer to the screen. Earth is one of those prisons? Not a prison. A covenant. The condemned are bound to humanity. Your species evolved alongside them. Your myths and fears and beliefs gave them form, gave them purpose. In return, they defend you against annihilation. Amy pulled up data on her pad. The species that attacked us. Who were they? The crystalline alien's expression shifted to something like anger. The Ravagers. A young species. Arrogant. They expand through genocide. They do not negotiate. They do not warn. They simply eradicate and claim territory. They chose the wrong planet, Patricia said quietly. Yes, the Ravagers have destroyed 47 civilizations in the past century. They are efficient, merciless, but they are also ignorant. They did not know what slept beneath Earth's surface. Another alien face appeared on screen. This one was reptilian, covered in dark scales. I am Speaker Krell of the Dominion. We have monitored the Ravagers for decades. Never have we seen them retreat. Never have we seen them broken. The alien's eyes gleamed. Until today. Derek felt a strange pride surge through him. Humanity hadn't won with superior technology or military might. They'd won with something far older. The Ravagers will spread word of what happened here, the crystalline alien continued. Every species in known space will learn that Earth is protected by the condemned. Your world has become untouchable. Patricia crossed her arms. And you? Why are you really here? To propose an alliance. Earth now possesses the galaxy's most feared defense force. The confluence represents 200 member species. Together, we maintain peace through mutual cooperation. We would like humanity to join us. You want us for our demons, Amy said bluntly. We want you because you have survived what no other species could. The condemned chose to protect you. That makes you unique, valuable, and, yes, powerful. Derek watched Patricia's face. She was calculating, weighing options. This was beyond anything Earth had prepared for. First contact was supposed to be slow, careful. Not this cosmic revelation dumped in their laps hours after an extinction-level attack. I need to consult with my government, Patricia said. Of course, but know this, humans. The Ravagers will not forgive what happened today. They will want revenge. They will study you, learn about you, and they will return with knowledge of how to face the condemned. Can they be killed? Derek asked. The demons? The reptilian alien Krell made a sound like grinding stone. Everything can be killed, human, even the condemned. It simply requires the right weapon, the right strategy. The Ravagers are excellent strategists. The screen went dark. The confluent ships remained at the system's edge, waiting. Patricia turned to Derek and Amy. Get to the briefing room. We need to tell the chiefs everything. And I mean everything. As they walked through the corridors, Derek couldn't shake Krell's words. The demons had saved Earth, but they weren't invincible. And somewhere out there, the Ravagers were already planning their return. The briefing room was packed with Earth's highest-ranking military officials and government representatives. Derek stood at the podium with Amy beside him, facing a semicircle of stern faces illuminated by holographic displays. General Anton Briggs leaned forward, his weathered hands clasped on the table. Captain Vaughn, walk us through it again. Slowly, leave nothing out. Derek took a breath. The Ravagers fired without warning. They destroyed our defense platforms in minutes. We were outmatched completely. Then, energy signatures erupted from Earth's surface. Multiple locations, cities under attack. And these entities, a woman in a black suit interrupted. Large. Describe them precisely. Large. Winged. Humanoid but wrong. They moved through space without ships or suits. They tore apart Ravager warships with physical strength alone. Weapons fire didn't harm them. Demons, General Briggs said flatly. You're telling us demons saved Earth? Yes, sir. The room erupted in argument. Half the officials shouted that it was impossible. The other half demanded explanations. Patricia Reeves slammed her fist on the table.